Hello, welcome to the channel. This is Angela, and I'm here to give an update of losing my car on Monday evening, you know. And I want to take the time out to say thanks to those that really stood by me. You know, sometimes if you want to know the friends that you have when you're in trouble, you will see, you know. And I have seen the blessing of those that really there for you, because I see God in the sense that, you know, you could have seen that, okay, this person wanted to be there, you know. And I thank God for those persons that in your need, they want to stand up for you, they want to be there for you, you know. And may the Lord bless them in abundance, that, you know, they want to stand with you to the very end. Whatever you're going through, they don't want you to go through it alone. And so I even want to say, let me turn down this so that it don't be a bother. I even want to say that, you know, for those that, you know, you're there and you think that you're alone. Sometimes you may be alone because you may have gone through issues, and you don't really see persons coming and being there for you. But you also want to think about, you know, how you treat people, like how you push away, because sometimes God allow people to come, but you push them away because of your past hurt, you know, for what you have been through. You push away those persons that can be there for you. So you want to really bear that in mind, and know that you're not alone. Even if you find yourself alone right now, you're not alone. So what had happened, it takes 2 days for the process for my car. On day one, I went to the tax office, and from the tax office, you know, I have to go to the transport authority. So for those that is driving, please, you know, you can put these dates in your phone, and allow your phone to remind you of these things. But this is the first I've been driving for many years, and it's the first I have ever encountered this. So God allow it, I believe. You know, when I really look at what the Lord want me to see in it, I know that He allow me to go through this, you know. And when I say allow, I have seen God remind me of things over and over. And as I said, from I'm driving many years, this is the first that this has ever happened. Sometimes almost for the time He will just let me take up the papers and look at it, and I will say, oh my goodness, in a few days this will need to renew. But this time, not even to see on the mirror that it is saying 2024 and we're in 2025. So with my car license, you know, I can say that I have experienced God in the friends that He allowed to be there for me, and the help that came to me. You know, I am so grateful this morning, and giving God thanks for His blessing that He has bestowed upon me. So the process is, if you haven't watched the other video, what had happened is my car was taken because I was late on renewing my car license. So you have your personal license, you have a car license. So the car license was to be renewed from it was the last it was 6 months that I did it for, and the 6 months was up in December, so you know it was to be renewed in those time. So that did not happen, and I totally was out of it in knowing that this is the case, because when the police stopped me, I really thought, like, what is the problem? I asked, what is the problem? And you know, I just have to just thank God, because that process came to, I was going for my granddaughter. I was so shocked. Like, my granddaughter, I have to pick her up by 5:30, and when I look, it was after 5. I have to call my daughter and said, please, you have to walk. I From where I was to drive from, it was a bit far, but my daughter was a little bit nearer, so she had was to hurry up to go for her, because the daycare closes at 5:30. And I have to call her and said, police stop me. I have to just try and see if you can go for the baby, and there was, there was the what they said, the police said, the grace is up, the grace is up. And so I have to thank God for his grace, because no matter how low in the valley that we are at, God is there, and he's there to supply for us. He's there to see us through. So no matter where you're at this morning, God is there. So on day when the next day, which Monday, I went Tuesday, I do the car license Tuesday morning. I went to the pound where the car was taken, and the process is I had to go to the pound, and that was a process where I have to pay the pound fee, and the night is coming, and so they send some papers to my email. I have to get those paper printed to go to the police station. So it could not happen in Monday again, so I have to take up the next day, which is yesterday, which was Wednesday. And I started the process by going to the Jamaica National Bank, which you have to pay for the record fee. So these fees, they're climbing as you go along. And I want to say to someone, just be careful, because this is no money that you're gonna have to spend wherein you could have spent it otherwise, because there's still some things that I need to do on my car, and those monies could have been spent on the car doing what was there to be done. So yesterday, now I have to go to JN. The papers that I've printed, I take them to the police station. There was a process at the police station from one person to the other, for signing up, stamp, and all of that, moving forward. So that process have taken place, and I asked, what else should I do after this? I had was to go to the transport authority, which that take like about 2 hours. I had was to be waiting. They said they have to call someone that can give the okay for the vehicle to be released, even though I've been to the police station, even though many persons have signed it at the police station and stamp it. They have to wait at the transport authority for a call to say yes. And after that 2 hours, my head was just tearing into two. I just keep on praying. And then leaving from the transport authority, I have to go back to the pound, right? So you go back to the pound, which belongs to the transport authority. So it's more different areas of the transport authority. And when I go there, I have to be waiting again. And I wait like almost 2 hours again, and the sun is piping hot. And I see grace, because there's no seat anywhere for you to sit at the pound. But grace came when one of the security, she came outside with a chair. And I felt so good, because the chair was so cold and the sun was so hot. So the chair kind of gave me a little the chair kind of helped me a little, because the sun hot, and even though they have a covering thing, it is open to the sun. So when I sit there, my feet was in the sun just the same, and my hands and stuff. But I see the grace of God by her doing that. And this process, I've learned so much, and I thank God for the process. I thank God again for those that stood by me in this process. I feel love, I feel appreciated, I feel you know, that I'm not alone. I feel like I'm not alone. There are persons that is there, and sometimes God allow people to be there for you, and it takes trouble for you to really see them as God have them there. You know, they're not just there coincidentally. God allowed them to be there. So I would have spent that time at the pound. Then finally, finally I was able to get my car. So that like couple hours, well, because I got the car. I started looking about the process from in the morning after 9, and I did not get through until after 3 o'clock. So that was that. And I'm thankful this morning that I have the car, and I'm praying that, God, wherever you lead me in this season and time, I will go, and I trust God for what He's about to do. So whatever is happening in your life, trust God. I'm happy for the car for more than one reason, but one of the reasons is that my granddaughter, I have to take her to the daycare and pick her up back, and it's very hard to not, once you have a car and the facility is there, because her chair is in the car, and it's just a joy for me to have her around me. It's such joy. And if my daughter is watching this, don't be jealous now, honey, because I love you dearly, but I am so grateful that this little angel came into my life, and I've been there just trying my best to help my daughter with her. It breaks my heart when I could not go and pick her up, and it was at the last minute, So I am thankful that my daughter was not too far for her to just go and pick up her, because on that street they always said it's somewhat dangerous when it comes night. So I'm thankful that everything does work out at the end of the day, and whatever you're going through, I'm hoping that God will work it out for you, and that you will see the reward at the end of the day, because I saw the reward and I received the blessing, and I am grateful to God and to all those that stood by me in this process. I pray that God will come through for you. Whatever you're believing God for, just take it from my direction, that He will come through. He will supply for all your needs according to His riches in glory. God bless you. Have a great day. Peace and love. All right.